millions owed to service providers by the Tobago Festivals Commission. Bishop's High School tops national debate competition. Tobago farming population on the decline, and we take a deeper look into Tobago steel bands preparing for competition this weekend. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. This is your Tobago Updates television news for Thursday, 25th January 2024. To our top story this evening. Approximately $3.2 million is owed to service providers for several events hosted by the Tobago Festivals Commission. The total amount was revealed by the Secretary of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation, Tasha Boris, following a question posed by Minority Councillor Petal Daniel Benoit during today's plenary sitting.
Owing for National Carnival 2023 is $135,469. Outstanding balance for the Tobago Jazz Experience 2023 is $503,561.46. Outstanding balance for the Blue Food Festival 2023 is $48,202. And outstanding balance for the Tobago October Carnival 2023 is $2,545,967.43. Thank you.
Secretary Boris explained that the Accounts Department has been working on clearing previous bills before attending to the ones from 2023 based on the availability of funds.
They have recently received releases for the end of first quarter, and they cleared up the majority of outstanding payments they had for the older events. In this case, it would be National Carnival and the Jazz Experience. So those outstanding balances should be the first ones paid when they receive releases for second quarter.
Performers from the 2023 hosting of the Tobago Heritage Festival continue to complain about outstanding payments. Now to some good news. Bishop's High School is the Land Settlement Agency's National Secondary Schools Debate Champion. Students Malik Charles, Sohelia McCool, Clavia Simpson, who earned the title of Most Outstanding in the series, and Tayshawn Joseph represented Bishop's High. They surpassed finalists Presentation College Shogunas, Naparima Boys College and St. Mary's College for a comfortable win. Well, climate change can be viewed by some people as a far-removed concept discussed by strong environmentalists at world conventions. However, as a small island developing state, Tobago is very vulnerable to rising global temperatures and more extreme weather patterns. These changes are impacting the job farmers do and what they can produce. Through the Argyle Farmers Association, technocrats from the Mar Vista Institute of Agriculture, Training and Development hosted farmers in an all-day workshop at the Shore Park complex to understand what methods they can use to make their crops more resilient.
Tobago has not escaped the effects of climate change. Secretary of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development, Letitia Charles Panton, shared that excessive rain causes havoc on crops while animals experience heat strokes with increasing temperatures.
Our island has experienced the unpredictable impact of climate change, such as the extended dry season we encountered until October 2023 last year, causing volatility in crop availability for our farmers and the Tobago public. In 2022, extreme flooding in areas such as Goldsboro and Corland saw farmers losing their animals.
That is why workshops such as the one facilitated by the Argyle Farmers Association in collaboration with the Mar Vista Institute for Agriculture, Training and Development, the THA and Republic Bank are important to help farmers understand what is happening. Agronomist Marcus Maiku with Mar Vista explained that the effects of climate change are being passed on to consumers. For example, in December 2023, the tomatoes were being sold at $35 per pound after production fell.
Well, you may learn the ideal conditions for tomato to flower. I'm just giving a generalization. Ranges 18-19 degrees Celsius, nighttime temperatures, no more than 25-26.
Maiku pointed out that many crops are struggling against the increase in temperatures. However, their research has revealed simple techniques farmers can use to improve the yield of crops.
If people knew that papaya could come in 6 months from seedling, That would be transformational information. The norm is 9 and 10 months.
These techniques and more will be shared with the over 150 farmers who gathered at the Shore Park complex. It is hoped that the techniques would be applied and Tobago's farmers will be able to produce more to enhance the island's food security. In the meantime, Secretary Charles Panton shared that they are launching the Tobago Agriculture Research Institute, which will explore climate-smart initiatives.
These include indoor farms, greenhouses, and hydroponics, which mitigate the impact of the mentioned disasters, such as flooding and extreme temperatures due to controlled environments.
Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Staying with agriculture, the Tobago Agricultural Research Institute, TARI, launched its official logo and introduced its visionary team on Wednesday. The team is led by Secretary Natisha Charles Panton, Secretary of the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development. The TARI committee, chaired by Ms. Alicia James, aims to revolutionize agriculture in Tobago by addressing challenges such as climate change, land degradation, and gender biases. TARI envisions a future where agricultural research drives sustainable development, fostering global participation and institutional linkages. The unveiling signals the beginning of a transformative journey towards inclusive, resilient agriculture in Tobago. And we'll delve deeper into this latest development and bring you details in a subsequent newscast. Coming up next, the salaries of SPEL Board of Directors have been revealed by their line secretary. The details when we return.
At JK Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JK Tech TT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
Bringing Carnival and cash home with a total of $300,000 in cash back when you pay on time, sign up or upgrade to an everything plan. Plus, we're live streaming fets so you could wind down in your bed. Hosting Blue Friday lines at your favorite hangouts. So every Friday you could play a mass and win free fet tickets plus Carnival costumes. Flow bringing Carnival home so you could like yourself. Visit in-store or discoverflow.co for more details. Flow, inspired by you.
During today's plenary sitting of the Tobago House of Assembly, Secretary for the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development, Trevor James, disclosed the board members of Studley Park Enterprise Limited and their salaries. The question of the board members' salaries of Studley Park Enterprise Limited has been deferred in the House many times, but today Secretary James shared the names of the board members and their respective remunerations.
Mr. Ashworth Jack is the chairman of the board at an honorarium of $10,000. Miss Alicia Patterson is the deputy chair at an honorarium of $7,000.
James continued with directors Collis Brown, Curtis Douglas, Christian Virgil, Nikisha Otley and Gerald Lane, all being paid $6,000 each, and secretary to the board, Merritt Douglas, $4,500. When asked about the qualifications of Chairman Ashworth Jack, the secretary did not give a response. However, he was instructed by the presiding officer to provide a written response to the Office of the Minority. Talking about autonomy would not get Tobago far without constitutional reform. This is the belief of political activist Anthony James, who has closely monitored the discussions over several decades. James says enriching Tobagonians' rights towards freedom into the Constitution is the way to go. More from Candice Jackson.
Many people believe that gaining some form of autonomy will allow Tobago to have more rights to forge its own development. However, political activist Anthony James does not believe autonomy is the right solution.
The people of Tobago must occupy their or real status, and our real status is as of a free people. Currently, when you listen to the talks on autonomy, you get the impression that the minds that are so speaking are not yet free. I'm talking about those in Tobago.
He explained that Tobago cannot realize its freedom because the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago does not reflect it. Specifically, Clause 2 of the Trinidad and Tobago Order in Council was never changed. It reflects the order penned by Queen Victoria in 1898, placing Tobago as a ward of the Crown Colony of Trinidad. Bills seeking to grant Tobago self-governance aim to change the clause and remove Tobago as a ward of Trinidad and Tobago. However, James believes that this is not going to truly change the situation.
The perspective legitimized wardship. It legitimized Tobagonians as bondsmen or wardsmen of Trinidad.
Each one of them
Of the bills, the two bills are total disaster.
James said the current bills are only going to give Tobago additional powers, not the power it truly deserves. In other words, unless the Constitution reflects Tobago's right to self-determination, the situation remains the same.
Is either the option to continue as bastardized Trinidadians and in total ignorance come on the TV, the media, and just keep talking rubbish, or we free ourselves, which is constitutional reform now, to be partners with Trinidad.
Political leader of the PDP, Assamiman Watson Duke, also called for self-determination for Tobago to be written into the national constitution. This would then allow Tobagonians the full right to decide how they want the island to be developed and governed. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Amidst the anticipation and excitement of impending competition, the air is abuzz with steel pan music as bands prepare to showcase their talents on the grand stage. Trevicia Phillips has part 1 of the series Crescendo Chronicles.
As the semi-finals of the medium and large conventional band categories draw closer, Tobago Updates embarked on a mission to delve deeper into the stories behind each of the Tobago bands that qualified this year, aiming to uncover their unique narratives and perspectives. The first band under the spotlight was RBC Redemption Songsetters of Montgomery Road, Bethel. Miss Marie Toby, the manager and captain of the band, graciously shared her insights with us. She reflected on the scores required to qualify for the semi-finals.
When I really saw the scores, to qualify for the semi-finals, well, I always say the judge's decision is final with me, but I also know the pan politics.
Regarding their assigned playing position of number 2 in the semi-finals, Toby maintained a pragmatic outlook.
Well, no special position belongs to anybody, So whether you draw 1, 2, 3 or 4, if that's the way you had to play, you got to play.
She highlighted the logistical challenges faced by Tobago-based musicians, particularly the tight turnaround time between players who play with multiple bands.
Players moving from band to band, and just like, even in Trinidad, right? But more so like in Tobago, when the small band played on the Friday, I think it was the Friday night, by Saturday morning, 6:30, they had to get on the boat to get back to Tobago, to go to the various bands to assist one another.
Expressing gratitude on behalf of RBC Redemption Songsetters Steel Orchestra, Toby extended heartfelt appreciation to their long-standing sponsor, Royal Bank,
for their continued support and the sponsorship over the years from 2002 to present. So we really want to thank them for their continued support. And I also want to thank them for the sponsorship night that we had on Wednesday gone, right? It was really, really a nice evening, meeting and greeting, the sponsor meeting and greeting the members of the executive and the members of the band.
Through Miss Marie Toby's words, the resilience, camaraderie, and gratitude within Tobago's steel pan community come to the forefront, showcasing the deep-rooted passion and commitment that characterizes their musical journey. RBC Redemption Songsetter's tune of choice this year is DNA by Michael Tasia, a popular hit in the soca community. Travicia Phillips, Tobago Updates Television News.
After the break, Tobago farming population appears to be on the decline. The details when we return.
Yes, you come in. Long time I see you. This station pumping. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Steven to see about them. Yes, total waste. So I supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. She could see about them. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla? I thought it's your mother or your sister. Who? Them always busy. Jada could handle that. She cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. Alright. Let me see the moves for later.
Before you ramage, make sure the children okay. Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
Your destiny. The best way to predict it is to create it. Do you see yourself exploring exotic destinations or spending quality time with family? However you see yourself, create your own retirement destiny with Tata Life's Destiny Personal Savings Booster. Choose from one of 3 investment options with guaranteed minimum investment returns to secure a monthly retirement income for life, with the option to choose your retirement age. So what's your retirement destiny? Call 62TATIL or visit tatil.co.tt to learn more today. Conditions apply. Tatil Life, a member of the Answer McCall Group.
Yo everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Storby, Local Road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guarantee as we are matching or beating any quotations.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Thanks for staying with us. Representatives from the THA's Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development appeared before the Joint Select Committee on Wednesday. During the meeting, it was deduced that farming in Tobago is on the decline, as the number of farmers actively engaged in farming is now lower than in previous years. Reporter Tanika Cruikshank has the details.
The Director of Food Crop Production, Tamika Seals Mansano, was one of the 4 representatives of the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development who virtually appeared before the GSC on local authorities, service commissions and statutory authorities, which includes the THA, on Wednesday. Lisa Morris-Julian, a GSC member, inquired about the number of farmers in Tobago at the meeting, to which Seals Mansano responded.
We have 4,057 registered persons. So out of that 4,037, we recognize that not all the active farmers, what we would consider active farmers. So we have 343 active out of our last survey.
Independent Senator Suniti Maharaj, who chaired the JSC, said she observed a notable gap between the number of registered farmers and those engaged in farming. She questioned whether the decline was caused by the COVID-19 pandemic or other factors.
Do you see a steep fall in any particular point in time? And this 4,000 is, I guess, going back in time, right? So people have been added, but they have not been taken off the list.
In response, Seals Mansano stated that while the numbers from prior years would have been lower, that is her current information.
In 2015, the number was 1,009. So there's been an increase in persons interested in farming. That has increased. However, the list needs to be sanitized in terms of making sure, from 2020 to now, there may have been deaths. So you have to go back and ratify those numbers.
Maharaj pointed out that because there are so few farmers who are actively involved, her statement did not accurately address the matter.
And I'm trying to get at what may be the factors. Is it a gradual decline, or is it COVID related, or is there some other factor responsible for the big disparity between the larger list, which is, as you say, not sanitized, needs to be sanitized, and a small number? And is that small number usually the representative number of people who are active from historically?
According to Seals Mansano, the number she gave was based on farmers' survey, since the study was only conducted on a small sample of the farming population. Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
Soon, Tobago will have its development bank to aid in the island's economic development. This is according to Chief Technical Advisor in the Division of Finance, Trade and the Economy, Anselm Richards, who provided insight into this initiative and how it will help the island. Here's more.
Chief Advisor Anselm Richards explained that a development bank is an institution whose core function is to mobilize resources to fund development programs. Richards underscored the struggles that the island has faced to get the necessary funds through the national budgetary allocation for Tobago's development.
For instance, last year we got $400 million to fund the entire development program of the island in fiscal 2023. That was reduced to 260 in the current fiscal year, fiscal 2024.
He said that the budgetary allocations for the island's development cannot transform Tobago's economy. He continued that the idea of the Tobago Development Bank is not new. Richard stated that the current THA administration found the political will to take up this initiative.
And so we are a bit advanced in this stage. So we have a committee that was working probably between seven months to a year, and we have done extensive work.
Furthermore, he shared that they have an implementation schedule and that they have been in conversation with the Inter-American Development Bank, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the Central Bank about this initiative.
All those institutions and the officials has pledged their support to an initiative like this, because when you put down the economic facts as a history of Tobago, we recognize that we need a development financing institution, style like a Tobago Development Bank.
He stressed the importance of this initiative for Tobago's economic development. However, he said it would not be operating like a commercial bank but on a cost recovery basis. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
As the Crescendo Chronicles delve deeper into Tobago's musical tapestry, the spotlight now shines on NLCB Buccaneers Steel Orchestra, unveiling their resolute journey in the large band competition. Trevicia Phillips has more.
In this episode of the Crescendo Chronicles series, Tobago Updates spoke exclusively with Akua Leith, the interim manager of NLCB Buccaneers Steel Orchestra, providing insight into their journey in the large band competition. Reflecting on their preliminary round placements, Leith had this to say.
Well, the band, because of the tight season, we really wasn't as ready as we would like to be. The results did show that we actually qualified in position number 14th, but we plan to take that position to a different level come semi-finals. So we are excited about that. We are doing the work to take the band forward into the finals.
Leith is pleased with the band's playing position.
Well, that position I think is a godsend. It's position number 11. It's right at the top of the rush of the medium and the large. So that's where the whole audience has been settled, the judges has been settled. We will be settled to really take a fantastic performance forward.
Regarding the inspiration behind their tune of choice this year, he said the arranger wanted to pay tribute to Mr. Robert Greenridge.
This song was played in Panorama before and won, but Fire Coming Down really tells a real nice story, and that story resonates with Buccaneers as well. So we all agreed to do this song a throwback for Robert Greenridge and really play homage to him in the best way possible by doing a fantastic arrangement.
The band is determined to qualify for the finals.
Definitely. That's the purpose we are here tonight. That's the purpose we'll be going all the work going to the next week. Definitely looking forward towards getting to the finals, getting to the finals strong.
As NLCB Buccaneers Steel Orchestra gears up for the next phase of the competition, their story unfolds with promise and dedication, embodying the spirit of musical excellence and tribute to their roots. Stay tuned for more updates as the Crescendo Chronicles continue to unveil the vibrant narratives of Tobago's steel orchestras. Trevicia Phillips, Tobago Updates Television News.
When we return, we'll give you an update on the Scarber Redevelopment project and later the weather report. Stay with us.
Flo is bringing Carnival and cash home with a total of $300,000 in cash back when you pay on time, sign up or upgrade to an everything plan. Plus, we're live streaming fets so you could wind down in your bed. Hosting Blue Friday lines at your favorite hangouts. So every Friday you could play a mass and win free fet tickets plus Carnival costumes. Flo bringing Carnival home so you could like yourself. Visit in-store or discoverflo.co for more details. Flo, inspired by you.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Scarber Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
During today's plenary sitting, a question was directed to the Secretary for the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development about the Scarber Redevelopment Plan. Responding to the question of the cost of the project, James said that it was premature and that the project is still undefined and cannot arrive at a cost. As it relates to the total expenditure inclusive of feasibility study, designs and other related expenses, this is what he had to say.
We've issued one contract on the Scarber Redevelopment Plan project. That contract went to J-Metrics. The contract payment terms were divided into two parts.
James shared that $3,486,336.26 TT dollars and $424,948 US dollars are the costs that have been assigned to the Scarber Redevelopment Plan thus far. Minority Councillor Petal Daniel Benoit inquired about who the division engaged on the project since over $3 million was assigned to it.
the Executive Council took a decision to engage the designers of the Scarber plan under sole select procurement methodology.
Dissatisfied by James's response, the minority councillor reiterated her question, to which James responded by saying the division engaged in a sole select procurement methodology. And here's a weather update from the T&T Met Office. Tonight's weather will start fair, but showers are expected to develop in some areas as the night progresses, accompanied by temperatures dropping to 24 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, showery spells in certain areas during the early morning to mid-afternoon period will disrupt what is generally expected to be a fair and occasionally breezy day. Temperatures will only reach around 30 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 32 degrees. A yellow level alert for hazardous seas remain in effect, prompting a cautionary advisory for small craft operators, sea bathers, and all other marine interests. Waves are forecasted to reach up to 2.8 meters in open waters and below 1.5 meters in sheltered areas. The sun is expected to rise at 6:27 a.m. and to set at 6:03 p.m. And that's how we end this evening's newscast, recapping the headlines. Millions owed to service providers by the Tobago Festivals Commission, Bishop's High School tops national debate competition, and Tobago farming population on the decline. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a good night.